Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we dive into incredible, true inspired stories of everyday heroes who step up when it matters most. Today, I've got a heart-pounding tale that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. It's about a quiet flight attendant who turns out to be a legendary pilot in disguise, saving 172 lives mid-air. Before we jump into this wild ride, tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? And if you love stories like this, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. I've got something epic lined up for tomorrow. All right, let's get into it. Our story starts on Flight 847, a Boeing 737 cruising smoothly over the Montana skies. On board is Joyce Lee, a 58-year-old woman who works as a customer service rep at Seattle-Tacoma Airport. She's just a passenger today heading to Crystal Lake, Montana, for personal reasons she keeps to herself. As she walks down the aisle offering headphones for the in-flight movie, she spots something off through the cracked cockpit door. Captain Arthur Collins looks pale and sweaty, not right at all. Joyce has spent years in customer service, but her gut tells her this is more than fatigue. She mentions it to the lead flight attendant, Denise Rivera, who brushes it off as nothing. But Joyce knows better. Deep down, she has instincts honed from 23 years in the Navy as a pilot. She's kept that life buried for 2 decades, choosing a quiet civilian existence after leaving the military under tough circumstances. Suddenly, the co-pilot, young Ethan Bailey, bursts out looking panicked. "The captain's collapsed! We need medical help!" The cabin erupts. Theodore Bennett, a sharp-suited businessman in seat 3A, slams his laptop shut and demands answers. Carmen Delgado pulls her 8-year-old daughter, Daniela, close. Vernon Hughes, a Korean War vet, sits up alert. Staff Sergeant Keith Johnson, a Marine on leave, offers to help. Judge Marilyn Scott calmly questions Ethan's experience. Ethan admits he's got only 800 hours of flight time and no real emergency training for this. The autopilot's on, but landing at Crystal Lake, a small airport with tricky mountain approaches and bad weather brewing, looks dicey. Passengers go silent as the reality hits. Their lives are in the hands of a rookie. Joyce feels that old pull, the call to action she walked away from years ago. She unbuckles and steps forward. Theodore dismisses her at first, thinking she's just airline staff. But when she reveals her Navy background, flying Apache helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft in combat, eyes widen. Vernon and Keith recognize her military bearing. She's Commander Joyce Lee, retired after 23 years. "Why didn't you say something sooner?" Theodore asks. Joyce explains she's been out of it for 20 years, living anonymously after the Navy let her down with discrimination and injustice that forced her out. But now, with storm clouds gathering and fuel low, she knows she has to act. She enters the cockpit. Dr. Brenda Campbell, a passenger doctor, confirms Captain Collins had a heart attack and won't wake up soon. Joyce takes the controls, calming Ethan and guiding him on comms. Over the radio, she coordinates with Crystal Lake Tower. But then Malmstrom Air Force Base chimes in. They've been monitoring. When Joyce whispers her old call sign, Phoenix, the military world lights up. Turns out, Phoenix was a legend, a combat pilot who saved countless troops, thought lost, or retired quietly. Fighter jets scramble as commanders realize their dead hero is alive and saving a civilian flight. Passengers overhear, Vernon and Keith connect the dots. Keith even says, "You saved my unit in Afghanistan." Joyce's past floods back. Pride in her skills, pain from the harassment, retaliation and cover-ups that ended her career. As they descend, winds gust to 40 knots. Turbulence rocks the plane. Joyce handles it like a pro, her muscle memory kicking in. Passengers brace. Carmen comforts Daniela. Theodore apologizes for doubting her. Judge Scott praises her poise. On the ground, Joyce's son Nicholas waits anxiously at Crystal Lake Elementary, where he teaches. Their relationship has been strained. Joyce's deployments meant she missed his childhood. But now he sees her skills in a new light. The climax hits as the plane fights through the storm for final approach. Downdrafts and crosswinds push hard, but Joyce compensates flawlessly, landing with a smooth touchdown. Cheers erupt. 172 lives saved. Emergency crews rush in for Captain Collins, but the real key point? Joyce's anonymity shatters. Media swarms, military honors pour in, acknowledging the injustice that pushed her out. Colonel Wayne Foster delivers official recognition. Your exit was our failure. Joyce reunites with Nicholas, opening up about the discrimination that cost her career and family time. They heal, with Joyce considering staying in Crystal Lake for consulting gigs and community work. 3 days later, Joyce embraces her past, planning a new chapter blending her skills with civilian life, proving heroes rise when needed and healing comes from facing the truth. What a story, right? If this inspired you, comment your thoughts below and subscribe for more. Up next on your screen, 2 more epic tales. Click now. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.